And we are live. What's good, y'all? It's your man DL saying how y'all feeling. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Hope y'all are well. Yeah, man, I'm sorry it was no heads up on this one. I've been out here doing my thing. I've been out here catching up on stuff, doing my thing. It's it is what it is. I'm sorry. I've been doing the shorts and just doing everyday life stuff, man. I hope y'all are doing well out there. I hope everything is good. Things are good on this end. I promise you that. So, y'all know what it is. Been trying to figure out the whole monetization thing. Been, trying new things, doing shorts, and the shorts keep getting longer and longer, but still doing shorts. Been jumping on other people's platforms, doing that stuff. And, I almost forgot. I'm like, wait, I got to do it. It's Thursday. I got to do a live. So here I am. So we out here doing this thing. Thanks for coming through. What's good, brother Michael? I see you, fam. How you feeling, bro? Welcome. We got Dr. B in the house as well. Sister Candace is in the house as well. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? Good to see y'all. Thanks for rolling through. Appreciate it. So yeah, we got like brother Michael saying just showing love. What's up with you, Dr. B? Showing love as well. I see brother Michael King Richards live. I'm mine over there. Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. Keep doing that, bro. Keep doing that. And I appreciate you spending time with me too, man. I really do appreciate you, bro. For real. I know you out there taking care of business. We got Sister Candace in the house. Good evening to you, sis. Always a pleasure to see you. Dr. B might need to wait for folks to roll in. Are we just gonna push right through, bro? I mean, people to come in. We're gonna take our time. You know how we do at the front of the show. Sister Candace, the shorts have been good. Thank you. I'm gonna keep doing that. Tomorrow we'll probably do a show. I'll do a show early, and then I'm flying into Miami. Got to take care of some business, so I'll be down there Friday and Saturday, and I'm back on Sunday. So I'll probably do some shorts either in the airport or once I get down there or something. We'll figure it out. Mad Four's in the house. What's good? What's good, fam? Good to see you, man. Thanks for rolling through. Say Michael belongs to these YouTube streets. He sure does. He's out here making it happen, man. International at that. International modding, bro. Taking care of the people, our folks from the UK. You know what I mean? And he's over here taking care of stuff too. So yeah, shout out to him, man. So I just wanted to touch on this. Like, why are males struggling with women these days, man? I just came up with 5 things, and I mean, this is a basic question, but I mean, it's the foundation for the whole manosphere, red pill thing and all that, right? It all boils down to that. Men are having trouble getting women. And, I just want to, give my little take on it, man. Give you 5 reasons. I mean, I could have done 20, we could do 100 reasons, but I just figured, just do, just 5 random things that kind of popped in my head, and let's get, let's talk about it. Because yeah, man, it's I talk to my buddies about this all the time. I talk to a lot of folks about this all the time. And, a lot of people like, bro, this ain't nothing changed. This has always been the case. I mean, there's slight differences, depending on what era we're talking about. Being somebody who I've seen the tail end of the 70s. I saw the 80s, 90s, the 2000s, all the way up to now. Yeah, there were subtle differences, but overall, it's pretty much all the same. It's pretty much all the same. And it boils down to just a couple of things. Dr. B is like, yeah, you could do a 3-hour show on this topic easily. Yes. Like 8-hour show on this joint. And I'm hoping people to jump in and, kind of give their 2 cents. I know if Brother Hayoka shows up, he'll definitely jump in and give his 2 cents. We might get lucky. Tarus might jump in. He's always a good one to talk to. But this topic, man, I mean, it's just right now it just seems crazy, partly because I'm in the space, I'm in the world, this YouTube world. So I just see it. When you just go out and talk to folks who aren't a part of this community, who don't really, rock with this side of YouTube or whatever, they're like, what do you mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's right over their heads. But I thought, we'll kind of do this, man. So right off rip, I want to start it off by saying this, a real simple thing. Men aren't struggling with women. Males are, right? Men don't have any problem with women, to be honest with you. Like, as far as getting women and hollering at women or whatever, men aren't having problems with it, y'all. They're not. Right? Even if you look at the MGTOW guys, men going their own way, they just kind of walk, they're just stepping away from it. They know how to do it. They've done it. They just don't like the rules, or the way the rules are being played out right now. So they're just kind of sitting back. I'm not a MGTOW guy, but that's what it seems like to me. But it's the males who are having trouble. You know what I mean? Because we all know women aren't having any trouble, right? I mean, I was when I was setting up for this show, I'm not gonna have to, there's no need for me to show these searches, but I just typed in sexless males, right, in Google, and so many articles come up, right? Male sexlessness is rising, but not for the reasons. I guess it says not for reasons, and it talks about incels and stuff like that. So you got that, right? You got number of sexless males have tripled in 10 years. Why? Why young adults, especially men, are having less sex. This is what's coming up, right? Like, dude, you just type that in there. There's nothing in here about sexless females. Nothing. There's nothing in here about women. Sexless women. Sexless men. Why is that? Brother Michael, what's up with the dollar? I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that with the dollar super sticker coming through, man. I appreciate that, bro. I really do. People are like, man, it's just $1. Like, dude, I'm telling you, every single quarter counts. It really does. I appreciate that, bro. Keeps us going. So, women are having these type issues, and we all know that, right? So, and they talk about the 80-20 breakdown. However you want to, there's a small group of men who are not having any trouble whatsoever with women as far as just, securing sexual access. There are other issues down the road, like dealing with relationships. That's always going to be tough, men and women. It is what it is. Marriage and the laws that regulate marriage, right? If it doesn't work, for the 50% of those who get married, for the half that, and if it doesn't work, going through the system could be a problem. And even those people who get divorced, and let's say they have kids and all that, there was a stat out there that we read when I had to go through some court mandated counseling, and it was like 80% of people who go through the family, 80% of people out there who break up or dissolve their marriages or whatever, they don't have to go through the system. They don't need a judge. They just work everything out. They just grown up stuff. Right. So it's 20%. So it's the minority of folks who are out there having trouble. And of that 20%, it's like single digit who have the horror stories, because, I've been on different platforms and I hear people talking about this sort of thing. And I'm like, bro, most people don't deal with this. Most people handle it. They just handle it. And they co-parent. They do what they got to do for themselves and for their kids. All the horror stories we see, all that stuff we're seeing on YouTube, all that stuff we read about and whatever, we keep in mind that is a minority. Right. So that's one of those things, bro. But yeah, that's when men seem to have trouble. It's like when relationships don't work out or whatever and all that kind of stuff. But again, the bottom 80, they can't even get a date. So what's up with that? Why is that a problem? How is that a thing? I'm gonna y'all just in case anybody wants to jump up here, because we just going to be chopping it up. It's nothing. I don't have any articles that we're going to go over or anything like that. Really just to kind of chop it up and see where people are with this. So, yeah, definitely feel free to jump on up here. I would love to hear your opinion. So this is one of the things, and it looks like StreamYard is working well this time, y'all. I can highlight the chats. Dr. B, curate an open dating marketplace, and women will literally pick the best of the best. You would have never thought 33% of guys would be sexless and or a virgin back in the day. Yeah, the number, when I first heard that number, it shocked me. And when I tell folks, it shocks them. It's like, you look at it and it's like, wow. You cross-reference it, you start pulling up stuff, you look at the studies, you pull up the real studies, it's like, wow, 1 in 3? Jesus. Dr. B, the playing field was a lot more equal when dating markets were much more restricted. I don't think they were restricted as much as they were localized. You know what I mean? What really changed what really changed the whole game was technology, social media, Instagram, dating apps, that sort of thing. When it was all localized, when you were stuck in your region, right? Your choices were limited. You had to go with the best that was available. Now, the options seem endless, and I think that plays into it. But it still has nothing to do with these males, and we're gonna get into the top 5 reasons. These 5 reasons why I think they're struggling, really, and it has nothing to do with the changing, sexual marketplace. We all must adjust. Simple as that. Dr. B continues. These days, if you don't make 6 figures, have some form of clout slant status, or look like a Greek god, you're gonna struggle out here. Kind of. I mean, well, again, we're gonna get into that. And then Brother Mike Candy is a top wife, and Dr. B is a top doc. Appreciate all that, Mike. Appreciate all that. Mass 4. Not gonna lie, I'm one of them, although I haven't been putting myself out there. And that's what we're gonna get at too. That was a really good point right there. That's a great transition, Brother Mad 4. You know what I mean? You put in that 4187 yet, man? You going to airborne school yet? You owe me 20, bro. Beat your face. Beat your face. You owe me 20, young soldier. So let's get into it, man. I got 5. I just got 5 reasons why I think males are struggling out there. Please, y'all, feel free to put in reasons in the chat, and we'll read them and let me know what y'all think. Number 5, no confidence. These males out here are suffering because they have zero confidence. Right? And you can get into reasons as to why they don't have confidence. But I mean, I kind of put it on our society and where we are right now. I'm not trying to say like it's the single parent home and all that. Maybe that has a little bit to do with it. But it's, to me, y'all heard me say this a million times, and I'm going to say it a million more. The timeout generation, everybody gets a trophy. That is why. That's one big reason why these dudes don't have any confidence. Right? You get confidence by trial and error, by going out there, failing and getting better. If you want something, you got to go work for it. That's what young boys were taught when in my era growing up. Y'all know I was born in the 70s. So you gotta have confidence, yo. 100% you got to have confidence. And these guys just don't have it, period. They don't have it. And again, I think that's a major component in getting out there and dating in the sexual marketplace. So that's my first one right there. We're gonna start with that. We got my brother from another mother out here, man. One of the dudes running these Tampa streets with me. Scam likely. Brother Dusto's in the house. What's good, fam? How you feeling, man? Let me get you a proper applause, man, for showing up. Y'all don't know this about Dusto, but he is the #1 troll, you know what I'm saying, in these YouTube trenches. Just so y'all know. You know what I mean? He showed me love. He come in here, we talk like we talk, but you know what I mean? When I be seeing him on other platforms, I just be shaking my head, rubbing. I'm like, oh my God. So what's good, bro? How you feeling?
I'm innocent, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, that's a lie. I ain't the police, bro. You ain't got to plead the fifth with me.
Nah. You're already at number 5, and I assume you're starting from 5 and working your way down.
Yeah, 5 to 1. I'm just doing 5. That's the first one I started with. Confidence, bro.
If you don't have any confidence, it doesn't matter with 1 through 4. You're done, bro. You're done. But honestly, you're pretty much done in life. So why would somebody want to sign up for that?
That's what I'm talking about. In life, you need confidence to do whatever it is you're gonna be out there.
How you gonna leave with no confidence? But
there it is. There it is, right there. So that's my big thing. When I notice when I'm out here talking to these guys, they're really confident to me. They come up, they talk, they say all these talking points and all this stuff. Be it mainstream media talking points, traditional values talking points, be it manosphere talking points. They talk the talk. But then a woman walks into the room and they freeze. Zero confidence. Can't even go say hi. Like you can't say hi. Like she walked right by you. She spoke to you. You can't speak back. Zero confidence, bro. Have you experienced that out there in them streets?
I'm starting to find that dudes are looking for something, looking for an answer, instead of looking in the mirror and saying, I am the answer, and going and trying to present themselves like I am the answer. They're looking for an answer. And There's certain spaces. There's a manosphere, there's a dustosphere, and there's a scamosphere. They'll tell you what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear. That you as an average man, because men built the world 200 years ago, and you want one of them. The world is already civilized when you got here, and you think you can go stuff them talking points down a woman's throat who ain't checking for you, and that's gonna get you some result. Nah.
Yeah, but I like your point to more than just women, like just in life in general. You know what I mean? Like you guys aren't getting it. Like, yeah, Dusto's right. Men built the world, right? But it's also men that maintain the world. You know, there are not a lot of women running around out here, wanting to build buildings, getting on construction teams, want to get out here in the hot sun and bust their knuckles and their hands and get rough, calloused hands trying to build stuff, or down in there dealing with the sewage and all that. It's not. I'm not mad. You ain't gotta do that. I don't do that. You know what I mean? But
exactly. The world's civilized already.
Right. Like I don't do that. But
the men and the women is civilized for all of us.
Yeah. But, so that was my number 5, man. Number 4, low earnings, and they're lazy, slant lazy. Low earnings, being out there, not really trying to better themselves, not really trying to get that money, man, just being complacent. And that's where the laziness comes in. I think that is a big problem in today's world, I believe. What's your take on that?
I'm 42. Let's say there's another man, 38.
Damn, boy, you old, 47.
Boy. You've been an adult for 20 years. I'm an adult for 24 years. I should have something to show for it. Otherwise, what have you been doing in the last 24 years? And what are you going to be doing for the next 24? Got to answer that. Let's be real. The type of woman you want might want children, or they might want a better situation, or they might not have to worry about not only taking care of themselves, but taking care of you, especially if they dated somebody and they've been somewhat taken care of before. At the end of the day, you want to be able to put a woman in a good position, as well as put yourself in a good position. If you can't do that, somebody else can. And it's going to be a problem. But along with it, what it takes to earn money, certain levels of character and hard work, those are things that attract women, not just the actual money itself. It's the person behind it. To be honest, as much as the YouTube talking points say they want all this money, they need this money, they buy you before they buy the money that you're making. If they don't like you, the money doesn't matter. But it's the person that you become of why you got the money to begin with. And then the money actually can help seal the deal that's already in place.
I can rock with that. And like the like anyone, like women always want the potential. I want a guy with potential. What does that mean? I don't want a lazy, complacent dude. I don't want a dude who's just gonna sit around and be happy making, $15,000, $20,000 a year living in his mama's basement. I don't want that. It's like you said, she's gonna see something else initially. But when we get to that part, like you're not trying to do better. You're not trying to progress. You don't have those qualities that women, that not just women, people look for. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. I'm not trying to really put all this on women. Like if you don't have the confidence in yourself, you're never going to get that promotion. You're never going to be able to move up. You're never going to be able to make more money. There's so many people just sit back and they wait for it to be handed to them. Well, I got to do all that. Everyone else is doing what I'm doing. I'm just doing what everybody else is doing. So, all right, then you get paid what everybody else is getting paid, bro. You know what I mean? If you want to get the big bread, you trying to, put your big boy pants on and get out there and get after it, you're going to have to take some initiative. Women sense that, yo. So I think that, that low earning thing and laziness, not wanting to level up, I think that's a big reason why these males are having a hard time with women.
Yeah, just to add on to it, it's getting to a point where there's going to be have and have nots. There's going to be people who got something. There's going to be a stack of victims to the left, somewhere bleeding. The women who can see this, or even not see this, of one day they will see it. They want to be taken care of. And when electricity bill looking funny and it's 15 degrees outside, and that woman, you got 2 kids at home with big blankets wrapped up, the funny looking next door neighbor with electricity, he's going to look real attractive to that woman.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Right. You got to be able to provide. You got to step up. You got to be able to pick up your end of the couch, so to speak. Shout out to Bill Burr. Dr. B, weightlifting does build up mental fortitude and confidence. It does. You know what I mean? True. Not just just getting out there doing anything. You know, weightlifting, you could be like a cyclist. You know what I mean? You could be into, you know, like fighting sports or whatever. You could play flag football, whatever. Just like you go out there and do something. You could be a competent sailor. You could be a pilot. You know, I know a lot of guys who, man, they go out there, they get their private pilot's license, and they go out there and fly, bro. You want to talk about confident people? Pilots are extremely confident, when it comes to flying. Sometimes they're not as confident when it comes to women, which is hilarious. Sister Candace, I think a lot of these young ladies dismiss potential suitors even before he says hello, because she wants someone who mirrors her perceived values, looks, and whatever is on the paper.
That's fair game.
That's fair game. It could be there. You know what I mean? It could definitely be there. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm distracted here for a second. All right, done. I just checked out my back chat, squared away. And then Miss Globe Girls in the house. What's good, Shawty? How you feeling? Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Misinformed and misunderstanding what women really want, blaming women for their struggles, misplaced blame. Yeah, that would definitely be one on the list. If I were doing a list of 10 or 20 or something like that. Good point, love. And I'm purposely I'm steering this away from what women want. I don't care what women want. I don't care that women aren't talking to you. This is for the dudes, the basement dwellers, man, the bottom 80s. If you are invisible, I'm talking to you. This is how you can become visible. Right? Doesn't matter what she wants. The fact is you can't get any women. If you haven't had any sex in the past year and you want to have sex, right? If you are actively looking for that and you can't get it, I'm talking to you. But I do agree with you, Miss Globe Girl. 100% my favorite Slater.
What do you mean by you don't care what women want?
I don't care. Like for this particular episode, I don't care. I'm not here to talk about women's expectations or what they look for in men and this kind of thing. I don't care. They can want top tier. They can want whatever it is they want. Right. Okay. It doesn't matter to me because that falls into one of the items I have here. We're going to say that for later and I'll bring that. We'll circle back to that here in a moment. But this isn't about trying to blame women or saying, well, if women will only do this, if women will only, we ain't doing that. This is. I think that's one. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, this is for the dudes.
I think that's one of the problems, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna keep talking about it. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure this is gonna come up. You know what I mean? We got Brother Jose in the house. What's good, fam? Always a pleasure to see you. Yes. Please like and subscribe to the video. Please share. Miss Globe Girl got something for you, Dusto. Likely. That's what scam likely. Generally speaking, on my male struggle with a woman. That's all. Yeah. Appreciate that, love. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And it looks like Brother Dusto agrees with you. So, you know what I mean? So did you have any more on that? Learn earnings? No, you were done. So we're going to move on to number 3. Number 3, they don't know or they are poor at socializing. They don't know how to socialize or they're poor at socializing. They don't know how to mingle, meet, or converse with people, not just women, with people, right? I put that down for number 3. That is major, right? You can have the money, you can have the job, right? You can have all these other things. You can have the clothes, you can have the car. But if you don't know how to engage, if you don't know how to strike up a conversation, not just with women, with all people, you're never gonna get there. If the mission is to smash, you're never gonna get there, man. What do you think about that?
If you don't talk to people like at all, you don't know what people are. You don't hear, you don't know how to, it affects your communication, affects your judgment. And just as a person, before you even get to the woman, you want to be a top communicator, a good listener, somebody with good understanding and a good view of what the world is. Not only know these 4 black people and that's it. And you think that all the rest of the people are like that, and you don't know. You've never been outside the country, outside your state. You never been in a room with people with a suit, a room with people arguing, It helps with your understanding, your view, and it makes it to where you can smoothly meet people and be a likable person. Just like one day, if you do meet that woman, she wants to know, can I bring this dude to the business meeting? Can I bring him around my family? How's he going to be around my kids or our kids or whatever? Or how's he going to communicate with me? I mean, it's important.
So, fellas, if you're out there in the world and you can't express to other people who you are, if you can't speak on the things that motivate you in the world, the things that you love.
I'll be right back.
All right, bro. I'll drop you down. Let me know when you're ready. If you can't express to others who you are, if you can't clearly define who you are, what makes you think you're going to be successful with anyone, let alone women? You know what I mean? What makes you think you're going to be successful? You must be able to communicate. You must be able to talk about a whole bunch of different things. You must know how to deal with people, period. I meet far too many guys in the manosphere world who simply don't know how to communicate, period. I ask them simple questions and they can't answer it. And these are questions about themselves. What are you looking for? What's your mission? These type simple questions. Like, bro, why are you here? You know, I've had people come up to me. It's an honor to meet you, DL Saint. Oh, okay, that's cool. Appreciate that though, bro. But why are you over here talking to me now? Like, what's going on? What can I help you with? And they can't tell me. They can't tell me. I got to sit there and drag it out of them. You got to learn how to communicate, bro. Even if you come across Uncle Saint out here in these trenches and you want me to help you, how can I help you if you don't tell me what's wrong? It's like going to a doctor. Fix me. The doctor's going to ask you questions. What's wrong with you? I can't fix you if I don't know what's wrong. I don't even know where to look. Is it physical? Is it mental? Like, dude, I don't even know where to look. Fellas, you must know how to communicate. You must know yourself, right? Sun Tzu, know yourself, know your enemy. You know what I mean? And I'm going to catch up with the chat real quick. Then we got you back, Dust, though. We got Brother Primal Studies in the house. What's good, fam? Good to see you. If you have terrible social skills, you'll struggle with the ladies regardless of your looks, money, status, facts. Facts. Not only will you struggle with women, you'll struggle with, you know, whatever field you're in. You're gonna struggle, period. You'll struggle with the police if they pull you over. You're gonna struggle, period. You're gonna struggle, period. Sister Candace, a good communicator outside of your computer screen. People have got to get off their phones, slant devices, and interact with one another in person, in the flesh. Truer words were never spoken. You know what I mean? Brother Jose, facts, DL, man. Thanks, bro. And the Sister Candace as well. He's saying facts to you. Brother Primal, being in sales / customer service job can be a great teacher of how to interact with others on a pleasant level and a not so pleasant level, bro. I've been in, you know what I mean, that frontline sales type stuff. I remember one of my first jobs, you know, when I was in high school working in restaurants. I worked at Frisch's, like a fast food restaurant, like Big Boy Frisch's, like a McDonald's. I was in charge of the drive-through. Boy, look, we had some fun, but boy, I got some horrible stories over there. Just let you know, I was ready to go to war. Like, man, I can't wait till I graduate next year so I can get out of here. These people driving me crazy. Brother Mad 4 song. Brother Mad 4. Before I wrote, I guess it's the black women off, I was told by one that I'm too proper to be seen as attractive, not intimidating. That's what made me give up on this crap whole country. Hey, man, listen, bro. There are a lot of women, you know what I mean, in this country and on the planet. Never give off. This is my advice to you, young brother. Never write off anyone, any community, any tribe, any clan, any race. Don't do that, man, especially in America, bro. Don't do that. Travel in America. You know what I mean? I hear where you're coming from. It's like, oh man, you know, if I'm talking to Asian women, and like I've talked to 1,000 Asian women, and you know, 300 of them were the first 300 of them were really bad. It was a terrible experience, right? So I want to write them all off. But the next 700, it could have been like the perfect scenario. Every last one of them was just gracious and perfect and da-da-da. If I wrote them off, I never would experience that, bro. There's way too many people, man. I wouldn't do that, man. I wouldn't, learn how to communicate. Sit back. Look, see those red flags sooner. As soon as you engage with someone like that, you talking to them, you realize, oh, man, this woman, this ain't for me. You know what I mean? You can just tip your hat. It was a pleasure talking to you, love, and move on. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Don't condemn the entire race because you talking to some knucklehead, bro. I can't tell you how many times. Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Writing off black women. At the end of the day, black women are the most single, which means most of them don't have a man. And if you can't attract them, there might be something wrong with what you're doing. If they don't like you being proper, where are the black women who do like you being proper? Or where are the women of the other race that do? I can show you somewhere in any city. We can go somewhere and I can show you a proper talking guy that got a woman. And it's probably a woman that you and I won't. Let's be real. And there is a proper talking dude that got her. He got to her before me or DL or somebody else did. The country is going to be what the country is. And if you leave the country, like I've traveled and I saw the angry United States men mad at the country and they bring their problems to another country. Those women still don't like you either because it's the same problem. Yes, you get a cheat code if you live in another country because you get to be an automatic high income earner, but the same problems are still the same problems.
Yeah, and that cheat code isn't guaranteed. That cheat code isn't guaranteed, bro.
Yeah, people I've seen actually international simps are no joke. I'm not saying this to you, but I've seen it. I speak English and I speak good Spanish. I see the message. I had conversations. When I go, sometimes I go there 8-9 days. I see it all. But that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother thing. But I get where you're coming from though. But and then brother Primal Study, I like what he put in the chat here. If they say you're too proper, they're probably not proper enough. LOL. And you know what I'm saying? You ain't missing nothing, bro. So Mad 4, man, like you a young brother out there, bro. Listen, don't let those type people hold you back or try to smother, you know what I mean, your potential. Don't do it. And I'm not talking about just the women, I'm talking about the guys too. You know what I mean? Don't worry about that, bro. Right? When you learn how to communicate, you learn how to socialize, you know what you're looking for. All you got to do is walk away. You ain't got to make it no scene, no nothing. You ain't got to turn your face upside down. Like I said, next time you deal with a situation like that, bro, the instant you realize, okay, this ain't it. She's not the one. I don't even want to have a conversation with this woman or this guy, right? Just, hey, it was a pleasure talking to you and keep it moving. Unasked the Ayo, bro, get up out of there. You know what I mean? Get up out of there. Get on, you know what I mean? Just bounce. You know what I mean? We got Miss AKA ladies in the house. What's good, shawty?
Welcome.
Good evening.
Yeah, she's another Floridian, right?
Yeah. We gonna say where though, but yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, she know what's up. Let's see, Miss Glow Girl. I don't even know how a conversation will come up about whether a man is proper. That's because you are a regal woman, my dear. You know what I mean? You ain't hood like that. Y'all know Uncle Saint came up hood. I'm out the hood, but sometimes there's still some hood in me. I just have to keep it under control. Unlike Dusto next to me, this man came out of a very good neighborhood.
That is true.
He's always asking me, you always ask me questions about like that hood life. And I'm like, well, yeah, it goes like this and da-da-da. Y'all should see his eyes. He's like, are you for real? I'm like, yeah, bro. Like this is everyday stuff, man. What you talking about?
Yeah, I got some friends that came up rough with the way DL he explained some of the extreme.
It's not even extreme. That's just how it is, bro. Like, I ain't told you the extreme stuff yet. Some of it I'm still waiting on time to pass by, man. Always know the statutes and limitations, bro, in your state, all right? So certain things I can't tell you, I got to give it some more time. But as soon as I can, I'll let you know, Dusto.
Damn.
But that's a whole nother story, boys and girls. We ain't talking about that right now. So you got to know how to socialize, gentlemen. Y'all, you got to know how to do it, right? Especially when you're talking about women. It's all about sales, bro. You trying to sell yourself and you don't even know the product. You have to know yourself in order to sell yourself, homie. That's just how it works out. So for y'all, whoever, I don't know who y'all are, but whoever y'all are out here, you listen to my voice, man, either now or in the team replay. You need to know yourself so you can sell yourself to your potential mate, bro. She wants the best and you want the best, right? She is not going to buy some bull crap brand. I'm trying to keep it PG, bro. I'll be thinking about the monetization. You know what I mean? We good until Mandrill or somebody get on here, then it's a wrap. We just go ahead and not even try to get monetized. But you want to sell the best product possible, you have to sell yourself, gentlemen. So learn how to communicate with everyone, not just women. Everyone. This goes back to chasing excellence, man. This goes back to building up your confidence. This goes back to making that money, right? So that's why I had to say about that.
Honestly, growing up, or just when I finally decided to stop being scared to talk to women, because I lived until I was 18. Somehow I thought rejection, if they say no, that you die. And then I figured out that if she says no, they don't empty your bank account and they don't take you to jail. It's like, oh, I can do this. Later 20s, I started to take a challenge. You see an actual solid 10, go talk to her. Do you know how many 10s told me that dudes don't talk to them at all? Do you know how many 8s, 9s, and 10s just like you because you were just nice?
Yeah, bro. You gonna love number 2 because we're coming up on number 2, bro. And number 2 is the Dusto's number. He's gonna love number 2. Trust me. I'm gonna let you say what you're saying right now. You're gonna love.
I'm gonna wait for number 2. I'll wait.
Yeah, this is what Dusto wants to hear. And Mad 4. Well, I had one quote unquote proper black woman and she turned out to be a snake, bro.
Get another one.
Bruv. You know what I mean? I don't care where you at. You know what I mean? Amigo. There are a lot of snakes out there. There are a lot of snakes out there, bro. In every community, my friend. Every last one. It seems like you're so quick to dismiss black women. You know what I mean? You probably need to hang out with me, young soldier, so I can introduce you to some proper, regal sisters. That doesn't mean they're going to holler at you, bro, because they can sniff out weakness. And I'm looking at these couple texts and what you got to say about these women. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling some weakness right here, bro. I'm looking at you, my friend. You don't think I came across this same woman you talking about, or a woman like her? You know what I mean? And what I did to her, I can't tell you because we trying to keep this PG. But when we get to Patreon, I'll let you know what me and these women be doing. You know what I mean? It's all about that dog in you, homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what I did wasn't violent at all. It was a lot of pleasure involved. Trust me, it was a lot of toes curling. You know what I mean? It was a lot of fluids flying around. But she was still a snake. And guess what? It was a pleasure, man. High five. See ya. Wouldn't want to be you. What are you about to say, Dusto?
No, I was going to say, I can tell you all day. I mean, I live in Houston, Virginia, Washington State, Florida, Georgia, Maryland. I can tell you I've run across any and everything that a woman could tell you out of her mouth. But if you ask me about my experiences with women, I'm going to tell you the great women that I've dated that I probably should have married. I'm going to tell you something positive and focus on that versus telling about, if I'm trolling, then yeah, I got jokes. But if it's a real conversation, I'm going to tell you about the great women that I had the chance to be around and spend time with. Focus on something positive.
Yes, sir.
If you haven't had one positive experience, either wait your time or something's wrong with you. But I know somebody right now who's saying for years he's never even had one who he believes actually loved him, that they were all selfish. He's older than me, met somebody and I think is a perfect fit. All he got to do is not mess it up.
And he probably messed it up.
He could. No, all you got to do, he in a great situation right now. All he got to do is follow through. And all of that past is over. He found his one and he's out the game. But he had to still be positive, still be open-minded throughout all them years. That's all I got.
That's it. And Mad 4, I can't stress to you enough, young brother. You know what I mean? This is sounding like a you problem. You feel me? if you thinking they're not white girls out there, Latin girls out there, Asian girls out there, you know what I mean, purple girls, polka dot girls, whatever. You don't think they out there, you know, snakes and Pradas, right? You know what I mean. You don't think this
they started it.
Hey, bro, it is what it is. That's part of the game, my friend. You know what I mean, and that goes to you being social and understanding what you dealing with. I mean, all I gotta say is, man, you know, we definitely need to talk, young, you know what I mean, young soldier. We could talk. I get you together, man, because it's not black women, my friend. It's not. You feel me? I'm just letting you know, man. And I would almost guarantee that if we was to sit down and talk, I could trace it all the way back to you, all the way back to you. And I'm not saying that trying to make you feel a certain way. I ain't trying to be mean. I'm trying to help you. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help you, Airborne. And you talking about that world, that airborne life. Hey, bro, if you get in it, you earn those wings. You know, man, accountability comes with those wings, right? You can't come to me and be like, oh, the mission failed because that person over there didn't do this and that person. Nah, the mission failed because you were in charge and you failed to motivate your people. You failing with these black women. There's something you doing, my friend. And I'm going to get off of it right now, but I just had to get that out there. I had to let y'all know, bro, because I don't like seeing that. The one proper black woman I met, bro. I don't like seeing that. That's making you look bad. You know what I mean? You should be able to adjust to that situation and adapt and overcome. Who? Paratroopers don't lose, my friend. We don't fall victims to snakes. You know what I mean? Mad for. Funny thing is, the one person who said that was a proper sounding lawyer. Look back in my life, and I noticed that a lot of people, females, were like that, proper or not. People are like that, bro. This ain't a male or female thing, man. You have to, like we said, you got to learn how to socialize. You have to socially calibrate yourself and understand what you're dealing with. You got to understand male nature. You got to understand female nature, bro. You have to. You have to. You know what I mean? Point blank period. You have to. Maybe put up my Instagram, bro. You're gonna have to hit me up on Instagram, man. I'm gonna talk to you, cuz. I'm gonna have to talk to you, cousin. I'm gonna have to talk to you. We gotta sort you out ASAP. ASAP. You know what I mean? We're gonna get that going. So and thanks to everybody in the chat who is helping, helping young Mad 4. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had this kind of community, this kind of tribe when I was younger, man. You got some old heads on here, you got some young heads on here. There's a wealth of knowledge in here, brother. Take full advantage of it. Full advantage. Right? Yeah, that's it right there. And Sister Candace is right. Don't bleed on the people that didn't cut you. Yeah, keep your blood to yourself, player.
That is true.
You know what I mean? And he's like, I didn't get that metaphor.
Yeah, easy way to kill your potential.
Yeah, and Brother Mad 4 didn't get the metaphor. Like, you basically what she's saying is you tangled up with the wrong person, and let's say they cut you. And instead of wrapping up women bleeding all over them, you wrapping up with someone who has nothing to do with it. It's completely innocent, and you bleeding all over this innocent person. Basically, you blaming this innocent person for hurting you when it was someone else. That was a great metaphor. I like that. Miss Globe Girl, she means heal, my brother. Yes, she does. You know what I mean? GMC Hammer 88, what's good, fam? Hey, it's good, Unc. What's good with you, bro? What's good with you, man? It was absolutely a pleasure hanging out the other night, bro. It really was. I can't wait to catch up with you guys again, man. Like I said, we making it happen in the Tampa area, bro. We about to put it down. So I'm gonna catch up with the chat here in a second, but let's get to Dusto's number 2. This is what he's been waiting on. He even paused. You're like, wait, let me hear this number 2.
Uh-oh.
Number 2. This the number 2 reason why I think males are having trouble with women these days. It's the victim mindset.
Oh.
Yeah, y'all see, it's the victim mindset. One-itis, the Disney fairy tale. Guys have bought into this, and it is definitely hurting them. I know Dusto got something to say about this.
All right. Check it out. And I'm going to just talk panels. I'm not going to talk real life because it's panels and real life. It's the stuff I've been hearing. Because, of course, you hear, well, the data and statistical analysis shows that 42% of the men are going to get divorced anyway. How you evict? We just said go ask this girl for a number, and you're already talking about divorce. You a victim. Victim of divorce you ain't even had. Well, hey man, what's up with old girl you was talking? Child support. No, the system. You ain't got no kids. What are we talking about? Hey man, go talk to that girl. Oh, the last girl that had pretty hair did me wrong. Oh, she left me so bad. Oh, who would want that? I'm literally, no, literally. My sister's married, so she got her man in her 20s. She's married. But if I had a little cousin, somebody, it's like, hey, can you introduce me to a man? And I see your comment, Miss K. Panels versus real life. Here's the thing about panels in real life. Real life, you see people presenting what they are and they're not having conversations. Panels, people are actually talking about what they may be going through. Or you see the energy that they're absorbing from all the stuff that's being taught. And you're seeing a level of who they really are. Because before they open their mouth, it had to get into their brain. And it had to come from some experience. Somebody else's or theirs. And that's what they really think and feel. People are willing to express differently in real life sometimes, or a panel, or a combination of both.
And that's why she's thanking you for differentiating between the two.
Oh, my bad. I didn't read. I read that wrong. My apology. But yeah. The deal is, if you plan on leading a family, leading a woman, or having a woman submit to you, you need to be a victor. Hey, I got this. But the roof is caving. I got this. Get in the car. I got it. They need to know that. How are you going to be already oppressed? And, oh, the white man. Well, she might as well go get a white man in. She can't count on you. If I had a 19, 20, 25-year-old saying, hey, hook me up with one of your friends, he better be able to look me in the eyes and say he got this. Otherwise, I don't want to talk to him, and I'll tell her, don't talk to him. Go get you a man.
That's what's up, man. So, and the victim mindset is rampant through the bottom 80. The basement dwellers are all victims. And I think on some level they realize that. That's why they went looking. They're searching for answers. They're searching for leadership. They're searching out here. And that brought them to the red pill. It brings them to the manosphere. Some of them wind up with the drastic black pill stuff. Some of them decide to go their own way and all this. But they are searching for answers. I tell them all the time, first things first, bro, you got to stop being a victim, man. You need to be a warrior out here in these streets, period. I'm always referencing Sun Tzu, The Art of Warfare. Like, read that book. Read it. Read at least two translations. I tell people all the time, at least two translations of The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Read it and try to understand where it's coming from. And you're like, oh, you're saying that women are the enemy? I'm not saying that. And it's not just women, it's life. It's player versus players, you against the world. Know yourself, know your enemy. That's all Sun Tzu said. Know yourself, know your enemy. If your mission is to find you a wife, every woman you talk to, you need to get to know them. You need to know that woman. If you know that woman, if you truly know that woman and you truly know yourself, how can you go wrong, bro? If you truly know that woman and that's what you're looking for, that's going to help you find your wife. That's your wife. That's good. If you know yourself and you don't know her, or you know her and you don't know yourself, it's 50-50 shot. It sounds like that's what America is right now, right? They get married. They don't really know each other. It works half the time, and half the times it doesn't. If you don't know her and you don't know yourself, you can run up against 100 people, 100 women, whatever, and you will lose every single time. Know yourself, know your enemy, period. That's how that works. You know what I mean? So that victim mindset, y'all need to kick that. You need to quit walking around here being victims. I know Dusto loves it because he's always talking about it. You know what I mean? He has all these crazy words about victim. Man, he has the fun. When he starts trolling on this, man, I'll be laughing like, damn, this dude funny. You know what I mean? That victim mindset.
70% of my trolling comes from dusting off victims.
Dusting off victims.
Especially male victims. Oh, I love it. Dusted one off yesterday.
He sure did.
Had a field day on him.
He sure did. And then one-itis. You got these guys who go out here, they learn a little bit or whatever. They pull up their belt buckle, get a little confident, walk up to the first woman they walk up to, and she kind of likes, okay, talks to him. And then that's it. One-itis. He just wraps up around her and he can't think of anyone else. It's all about her. You can't do that. You can't do that, fellas. You can't get one-nighters. You must come from an abundance mindset. You must. You absolutely must. If you go in there on some one-nighters, if you go in there with this Disney fairy tale, I found my princess mentality, you are going to get wrecked. Disney fairy tales are just fairy tales. They're stories, bro. If Disney were real life, if it were based on real life, Prince Charming would be in family court getting wrecked. He would have lost his whole kingdom, been living in a tent somewhere, paying child support. You know what I mean? And the bad guy from the story would be the baby daddy out there doing his thing. He'd be out there living in the palace, riding around in the carriage. Disney ain't made that movie yet. I can't wait to see it. The movie where you find out what really happened to Prince Charming, how Prince Charming got wrecked. Come on, Disney, make that for us. Don't fall for that, fellas. Those are good stories, but don't fall for it. I'm trying to tell you. You know what I mean? That victim mindset is a problem. It is a problem. There were 3 chats I wanted to Sister Candace, and this was at Math 4. He was like, that one encounter should not turn you off to all black women. And he's like, you could be closing yourself off to something beautiful. Facts. And like I said, Mad, young brother, young Mad in here, young soldier. Listen to the wisdom that's in this chat. There are some very wise people in this chat. Listen to it. Listen to it. You know what I mean? Learn from it. Take you some notes. She is absolutely right. Right? Because somebody else cut you, and then you might run up on the perfect woman for you. And you're going to run up and bleed all over.
I've done it before.
What I mean?
One time, girl I met in Houston, it was about maybe 29, 30. Had good conversation, everything. I was mad about them other few dusty women. We sitting down at the dinner table. We on a date. Everything's cool. And here I go talking. Man, these women, blah, 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 blah. And I knew when she said something, and she was very soft, feminine, really pretty. Man, sounds like you had a horrible experience with women. I don't know if you even believe in us anymore. Something she said like that. Do you want to get married? I was like, I just blew it. Sure enough, after that date, she don't return no calls. And I don't blame her. She shouldn't have. I don't blame her. But I told myself I ain't never doing that again. And I never did.
Thanks for sharing that story. Brother Mad 4, if you still here, I bet you got a story similar to that. I bet. We all do. We've all done it. Every last one of us. Brother Jose, where are these polka dot girls at? They in Japan. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. They be wearing tails too. You need to take a trip to Tokyo, my friend. You know what I mean? Take a trip to Tokyo. And Brother Mad 4, don't get me wrong. I will never send for other races just because, but that's what I've seen. You shouldn't be simping for no one but your woman, player. You shouldn't be simping for no one but your woman. And only when you simp for her is once you marry her, bro. Once she becomes your woman, once y'all say the words and y'all are together. Then and only then, after the vetting process, after you've had time to get to know each other and you truly know her and you truly know yourself, like I said, y'all say the words, it's at that point that you simp. You want to simp for your woman. You don't want to be simping for anybody else. Like I said, and she got to earn it. You did. So be careful with these words you're using, my friend. This is why you need to spend some time with me. These words you're using, it makes me think you might be on some victim type shit, bro. Or you're not quite socially calibrated yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Can you pull up Missy AKA's the term 80 bottom 80? That one. I really hate the term bottom 80%. A guy is 5'11", making $90,000 a year is considered bottom 80. The real deciding factor of top 20 and bottom 80, when you talk to a woman, does she say yes or no? Because if she says yes, all the stuff goes out the window. It's the dudes who are doing all the psychoanalyzing about, well, if a guy's 6'4" and his six pack, one of his abs is the data analysis. Does she like you? If she doesn't, it don't matter how much you make. If she does like you, you can be making 33, struggling. She might stick around and work with you.
Facts.
She might watch your freaking kids.
And the fact that you pulled her puts you in the top 20. So sister, hey, sister Miss AKA Lady, you know, like when I talk about the bottom 80 in the top 20%, I'm talking about who the women are gravitating towards, who the women are seeing. If you have women in your life, if you're a guy and you are pulling women, that puts you in the top 20%, bro. Because most women from 1s to 10s, they're not looking at the bottom 80. If you're invisible, you're in the bottom 80. Doesn't matter what you look like, how much you make, what your body looks like. There are a lot of dudes in the gym be working out like, dude, you be in the gym. A lot of dudes in the gym be working out like crazy, and they can't get a woman. They don't know how to talk to people, right? They don't know themselves. They can't sell themselves. All these things we talking about, they're in the bottom 80. Simply because you're worth $30 million doesn't mean that you can pull women.
Yeah,
right?
And it's a short dude with a beer belly that took his ex.
Took his ex. Look at Dan Bilzerian. Dan Bilzerian. He's all money. He couldn't pull nan one of the women if he didn't have any money. If he didn't have any money, and it's we're not going to talk about how his father got that money, at least not on this episode. But Dan Bilzerian and that money, the things that he's doing, people like to hold him up as he's like this top G of womanizing. Bro, he paying. He paying. Does that put him in the top 20%? Yeah, because he's getting them, but he's buying them. Ain't none of them chicks gonna be there when he gets sick. You know what I mean? He ain't Hugh Hefner. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, man. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Life of Cash is in the house. What's good, brother? Good to see you. Yes, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share. Please, please, please. In Life of Cash, realistically, there will always be a bottom 80%. I agree.
They have a volunteer force, and many people are filling out applications daily.
Daily. I agree.
They're flocking. They're running from the work. Okay, here's the deal. Complaining or expressing your frustration and complaining is understandable as long as you're on the battlefield. You can complain about not losing weight while you're on a treadmill or while you're at the track or while you're eating your strawberries. But you can't complain from the gutter somewhere and you ain't doing the work. So these people are, and then they're pair bonding and going and lining up with other victims looking for a victim solution. No. Do the damn work.
And what does that boil down to? That boils down to them not knowing themselves and not knowing the other person, right? Know yourself, know your enemy. Miss AKA Lady, I don't know when folks start talking slimy, I tap out. I limit what I entertain, as you should. You should.
Dust panels.
Yeah. Oh, talk about them dust panels. I can't even do it. I can't.
Trust me. I understand. Trust me.
I don't even do it. You know what I mean? I don't do it. But Life of Cash is right. There's always going to be a bottom 80. There's always going to be those guys who just simply won't do the work. Those guys who fall into these 5 categories we just mentioned. We haven't gotten a number 1 yet, but we're about to. There's always going to be that. There's always going to be that. Let's talk about number 1. Number 1 reason I got down here to do these males. Notice I'm saying males. I'm not saying men. Males are having trouble with women, getting women. They are afraid to try. Period. The fear of rejection, the fear of hearing no. Like I said, they're products of the everyone gets a trophy generation. They're products of the bulldozer parenting. Mommy did everything. Mommy said, I'm going to get a baddie. There are no losers. There are only winners. Nah, there are a lot of losers out there, my friend. And those people who are afraid to try are losers. And that is what life is going to tell you. Period. It's a numbers game, people. That is the number 1 reason I think these guys are having trouble, man. They are afraid to hear no. They're afraid to try, man. Absolutely afraid to try. You be out there trying. I'll be seeing Dusto out there trying, y'all. I've seen him work in the trenches. We've been in battle together, man. What's your take on that?
I just had the conversations. Talk to women. Some like me, some don't. I know who I am. It's all good. Somebody I got kind of interested in now, but I mean, it's how it is. But at the end of the day, I know I have a good situation for a woman to come into. It's just about finding a person who says, hey, that's the situation I want to be in. Just somebody who's qualified and we communicate and we can work together. Not all them damn 6s and all of the 37.2% of the men. And no. Well, the woman wants fit feminine, they're cooking, they're clean, and they're traditional. No. Me here, woman there. well, actually me here, woman here, following lead, which I got that person. It's not dictatorship. Can we work together and can we have a great life? It's just that simple. All the other stuff, we'll figure it out. Not the battle of the YouTube talking points and the, that's it.
That's it, man. And yeah, I see you and Brother Life of Cash was talking. A woman telling me about her exes is some of the best vetting conversation it is. If I'm sitting down with a woman, we're having ice cream, like having an ice cream date, because coffee is more than ice cream. So when I take them out the first time, I take them out for an ice cream date. And they start talking about their ex right away. Right away, I'm thinking recreational use only. Right away, I'm thinking, okay, is she fine enough for me to bring her home and smash her? That's what I'm thinking. If you're talking about your ex right away, then you need to be with your ex. Why are you out here with me? You know what I mean? So go ahead, bro.
Well, it depends how and what they're saying. But some of the best information that you can get in vetting your woman is going to come about what they're talking about their ex. That's just been my experience. They'll tell you what they like, what they don't like, what they're willing to accept, what they bought into, what they really believed, what they supported, what they're willing to fight for. All that'll come in their conversation with their ex. And if they're a victim and they're just talking that stuff, that'll come too.
Yeah. I tend to, that's it. As soon as I hear you start talking about that, now don't get me wrong. I'm going to let you talk. I'm going to engage the conversation. But in my mind, I'm thinking rec use only. You know what I mean? Why is she talking about her ex? I didn't ask about this. We're not talking about ex. We're sitting here. I was asking you about your favorite Marvel movie, and boom, now we're talking about your ex. My ex reminds me of Thanos. Oh, here we go. So now I'm thinking, you know what I mean? I'm thinking, all right, we're just going to smash and keep it moving. Miss Globe Girl to Miss AKA Lady, I agree. It all sounds so unrealistic and silly to me, along with the 6 figures and 6 packs. It's so silly. Yeah, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I never knock folks, you know what I mean? I never knock folks in what they want. You know what I mean? Oh, we got beautifully animated in the house. What is good, love? Good to see you, sis. So glad you're over here. You know what I mean? Ain't you tired of seeing me and Dusto? I mean, me and Dusto, Dusto had me co-hosting last night on Black Man Unfiltered. Well, no, 2 nights ago. Black Man Unfiltered on Tuesday night. So good. Always good to see you, love. Always good to see you. Miss AKA Lady, so y'all saying 80% of men are single. We're saying 80% of men are, they're invisible. Yeah, they're single. A lot of these dudes that we're talking about are, and when we're talking about this, we're talking about the dating pool. You know what I mean? If a dude has a wife, obviously he's not invisible. Hopefully not to his wife, although there are a lot of sexless marriages out there. We're not going to get into that. But we're talking about the guys who are out there who want to get sexual access, who are trying to engage with women. And there's another thing about the bottom 80 in the red pill manosphere space that I talk about often. The majority of these men, they want a girlfriend. They want one girlfriend. They don't want to run rotations. They really don't want to run game. They just want a woman that gets them and they get to get them, if you know what I mean. These dudes really just want a girlfriend, but they can't seem to get themselves on the radar of these women for these reasons that we mentioned here. And I wanted to also say what's up to my sis. Red Lipstick Vibes is in the house. What's good, love? Always a pleasure to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. We got to get you on one of these panels. We got to get you up here along with Miss Globe Girl. Miss Globe Girl, you know I'm still trying to get you up on these panels. You know what I mean?
She's speaking some good stuff.
She always is. We even had Miss AKA up once. Yeah, Miss AKA Lady came up once. You know what I mean? But no, we're not saying that 80% of men are single. We're not saying that. We're talking about of the single men, of the men who are out there actively looking for women. 80% of those men are invisible to most women. That's what we're saying. That most women will go after the guys at the top. Normally, you know what I mean? So I always say 80-20. There's some people out there that say 95-5. It depends on who you talk to. But the vast majority of men are unsuccessful. And we listed some of the reasons why. You know what I mean? And like that big one, the number one thing is the fear of rejection, the fear of hearing no. Because mommy said everyone gets a trophy.
I think a lot of the rage comes from they told you get a trophy and you've been carrying it on and on for years. And finally you wake up and look in the mirror and realize you're not getting a trophy. That's where rage comes from, men and the women.
Right. And Miss AKA Lady wants to know, what am I missing? Because I keep hearing 666. You know, 6 figures. six pack. And then what was the
A
other
whole
one?
bunch of sixes.
6 feet,
Inches of
6
wood,
feet,
6 feet
right?
tall,
6 inches of wood,
six
whatever. But
figures,
generally
six pack
speaking, women,
abs,
yeah, they say they want
single
six
for at
pack
least
abs,
6 months.
right? All that kind of
There's all
stuff.
kind of sixes.
And you do hear that a lot, right? That's good clickbait. You know what I mean? That's pretty much the baseline. Like, all right, we're talking about 666. That's what we're talking about. But what does that really mean when you delve into it? They want men. They don't want males. They want confident men. They want men who are out there getting it. They want men who have a future. They want men, right? They're out there becoming the best man they can be. They want the guys who have done the work. That's pretty much what they're saying. All this other stuff, that's good clickbait. And, you know, they might, you know, people say this, but when you start peeling the onion back, this is who women want. Most men don't fit into that category. You look at just the being fit part, right? 75% of America is either overweight or obese. 75%. That means 25% of all Americans are fit. 25%. So if you're looking for a dude and one of your qualifications is the guy has to be in shape, all right, you've already eliminated 75% of dudes, right? Or a big chunk of dudes. You know what I mean? A lot of times they say 6 feet. Women just want dudes, generally speaking, that's taller than they are. You know what I mean? A lot of them here 6 feet. They want 6 feet or higher. It's like 14% of America is 6 feet or taller. It's 14%. You know what I mean? So it's like Dusto was saying. If that were the case, everybody would be tall because women will only be reproducing with tall dudes. But
true.
But the point is this: most women don't see the guys who haven't done the work. And that's where that whole 80-20 rule comes from. It's not about the 6 feet, 6 figures, six pack and all that. It's about these dudes who are just quietly riding out life. And they, you know, and like times have changed. Once upon a time, you could do that in the 40s and the 50s, in the 60s, right? You would, you know, there was no technology. Like we said at the top of this show, you had to work your region, your city, your neighborhood. The church was a big part of it. Family had a big part of mate selection, right? A lot of women they had to be, women couldn't work. They had to find a dude, right? Mom and dad gonna kick you out. They'll introduce you to some people. You're gonna get married to Bobby over here. Bobby's gonna be working at the factory. And once you got married, you were pretty much stuck. The church wouldn't let you get a divorce. Society wouldn't let you get a divorce. So times have changed. And these dudes who were getting default wives, you know what I mean? It was okay to just be sliding by, just to be regular, just go out, get a job. That ain't good enough now. Women got choices. And who do they want? They're going to want the best.
Yeah, it's good and it's bad. But it's also, how to say it? Times have changed and people, a lot of men are complaining about wanting to go back to 1958, and you're not going to get it. But a small population of men are saying, I'm going to dominate no matter if it's 1958 or 2028. And I can see why someone would want those men, because one day it's going to be 2028. It's not going to be 58. This actually makes sense survival wise. But it's just that, well, that's a whole nother topic. The women and the men need to step up and you know, get it together. But the other thing is, as much as they see Miss AKA lady and the other Miss Globe girl talking about the 666, all the data, statistical analysis, and all that stuff, there's a lot of men, especially it doubles when you go to the incel market, that are looking for statistical data. That might be part of the problem.
Yeah,
this is an emotional game. This is a feelings game. This is a connection game. This is a communication game. And the sixes and all the data is not going to save you.
They want the data so they can justify their victimhood.
A lot of them are not even doing it intentionally. A lot of them don't actually understand. This is a connection and communication game. A lot of them lack the ability. How can I explain it? They lack the ability to talk to people or to understand that emotional side. So that it has to make sense to them. Numbers and stuff make sense, but emotions, feelings, and connection doesn't fully make sense. So they can't comprehend it. Then there's a lot of them that reject it because they don't understand it. They go get to their comfort zone over here and then they reject it. That's just my opinion. And then some of them just want to be victims. They just ain't gonna do nothing.
They just ain't gonna do nothing. You're right about that. Miss AKA lady was saying to Miss Glow Girls that she agrees. Most married slant booed up men are not 666. I think a lot of guys use it as an excuse to why they aren't successful. Another way of blaming women, and that's what I just said to Dusto. And there's variants of all this. I think we're all hitting in in the target zone here, all of us. You know what I mean? What did you say, Dusto, to Miss Glow Girl and to Miss AKA lady?
Yeah,
it sells to me. Yeah, it sells to men because they are falsely. Yeah. Okay, I got you. And that's So yeah, and Miss Glow Girl, you're right. I mean, I didn't hear that term 666 until like 2010. I was working in Miami and I was out with some air traffic controllers. When I heard that, it kind of, I was like, what? It kind of blew my mind. And then it was from a very small group of women from our group. So it was like a very small subset of the group. And it was just a handful of them. I'm like, really? Really? You know what I mean? But I mean, it is what it is. I took it to mean that they want the best. You know what I mean? And Ms. Globe Girl's like 666 narrative is propaganda that's being used to push the victim mentality. I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that.
Well, it's a good side of it too. Because the good side of showing the 6 feet, you can't change that. But 6 figures and 6-pack and stuff is meaning there is a bar and there is something that women want and it's attainable. Get your money up, get in the gym, be appealing, be attractive, and there is a measuring stick. So I guess it does have some value.
It's definitely a thing.
The overuse is damaging.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. Miss AKA lady at me, X conversations are informative. I agree with Dusto. A lot of people use their past relationships as a barometer, but too much is a red flag. It's a time and a place. Exactly. And remember what in my example, I said on the ice cream date, that means that's one of the first dates. Don't be telling me about your ex on the first dates. Like by the time we talk about exes, we should be having proper dinner. We should be doing, long walks in the park and all that kind of stuff. By the time I start hearing about that sort of thing, I don't want to hear about it on the first date. Like, I don't even really know your name. You know what I'm saying? I got to look down at my phone so I don't say the wrong name. Nah, don't be telling me about your ex, because that's going to, again, right away, I'm like, okay, all right, let's check out her body. Let's see what she look like, what she working with. Because right away, I'm like, that's a red flag I'm trying to smash. You know what I mean? Play the game, people. Know the game and play the game. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not going to lie. I do see a lot of that victim mentality stuff. Beautifully animated, speaks. I get what you're saying, and it's facts at Dusto and me. It's all about the timing. You can't go in on an X too early, because why are you here then? Exactly. And like I said, Brother Hale's in the house. What's good, fam? One-itis. One-itis. That's right. Women suffer from that too. They just get over it a whole lot faster than guys do. A whole lot faster. A life of cash sex in the city. Mr. Big is selected, and 666 hypergamy is the motive. I mean, it's nothing wrong. Listen, I ain't got a problem with hypergamy, y'all. I don't. If women want the best and you're a guy, make yourself into the best. And like when I talk about the bottom 80 versus the top 20, my personal belief is if you're in the bottom 80, if you're a basement dweller, you can climb out the basement. You can get yourself into the top 20. You can get there. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? You don't need a Bugatti to get a girl to go on a date with you, to have relations. You don't need that. I know plenty of dudes. I tell people this all the time. When I was younger, at the height of my womanizing years, I was broke. Y'all hear me? I was broke. I had enough money to get into the club or whatever. I buy myself a drink. You know what I mean? I would pregame like everybody else. I was broke. Paycheck to paycheck, barely. Working my butt off. But I had mad women. Mad women. So that put me in the top 20%.
Yeah, honestly, less than half the income I make now, more women. When I lived in Houston, I was making pretty much half, or a little bit less than half. And more women then than now. It's not about the income like they say it is. They don't know how much you make unless you tell them. And if they like you, they usually don't ask.
Hold on, let me jump in there. Miss Globe Girl's like, Miss AKA, like, you got to jump up on the panel. Miss Globe Girl, I'm always tempted, but then I come to my senses. Girl, what do I got to do to get you on this panel?
Yeah,
do we need to start negotiating?
This panel is safe. I've seen. Trust me, I'm in the super dusty to dusty panels. I'm built for it though. So, but this panel is safe. DL is fair. That's why I rock with him. Fair conversation, fair debate.
I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that, and that's what I try. I really strive to have a spot where people could come up and really talk. And I'm not gonna beat you up over it. I'm gonna sit there. I'm a probe. You know what I mean? I'll push back if I think I should push back. But I really want to hear it.
Me and you don't agree on everything.
We sure don't. You know what I mean? But we still rock. Like I respect the hell out of this man. It was a good dude. You know what I mean? It's a good dude. So I love to have these conversations. I don't agree 100% with any. Hell, I don't agree with myself 100% of the time. Think about that for a moment. You know what I mean? I don't agree with me 100% of the time. I change my views all the time because people challenge. People like Dusto challenge me. People like Miss AKA Lady. People like Miss Globe Girl. You know what I mean? Brother Doug, wherever he is, he'll challenge me. You know what I mean? My man Jay Swans will challenge me.
Even
you know what I mean? Charus. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean it's boy Charus. You know what I mean? So yeah, Miss Globe Girl, what I gotta do to get you on this panel? Huh? What I gotta do? Let me know. We gonna have to start negotiation. I'll have my team talk to your team. We have to work this out. Oh, here we go, y'all. Hey, what's going on? We got Beautifully Animated and Speaks in the house. What's good, love?
What's up, yeah?
What's good, love? Thanks for popping up.
In the chat, but when women be like, "I'm afraid to go up," I have to show up and show that, hey, it's a safe space and stuff like that. Because I'm not with the bullshit.
Ain't nobody say it was safe now, girl. Ain't nobody say it was safe now. You know what I mean? There's full contact up in this joint, but we fair. You know what I mean? We fair up on here. And I ain't gonna let nobody bully nobody else. Like I'm the only bully on this panel. You know what I mean? So I drop somebody in a heartbeat. So
now, you're not looking for fairness. You want pandering. I don't know what to say to you.
No, we're not pandering over here. We're fair, but we don't pander.
I want the truth. You know what I mean? So Beautifully Animated.
Yep.
You know the topic. We're talking about why males struggle with women. Give us your take on this. Why do you think, again, because we're not women, man. I don't know what women thinking or what it's like out there. And I'm certainly not in the bottom 80 when it comes to approaching women and getting sexual attention from women. So tell us why you think men may be out there struggling, or give us some examples of how you've dealt with some cornballs or whatever.
The awkwardness is weird, and I don't deal with it. Awkward people give me weird energy. It's just ill.
Right.
I don't know. I don't have too many of those problems because I don't gravitate towards those type of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, look at y'all. Like, you all are the group that I mostly gravitate towards. So I don't know.
I ain't mad at you. I mean, it is a tough question, like, putting somebody on the spot like that. But like in real world application, like when you're out and about, let's say you're shopping, right? And some guy comes up to you, and some guy pulls his cart up next to your cart. You're looking at tomatoes. And he comes up, pulls up next to you, right? And he says something to you. Can you tell if the guy's actually hitting on you, or can you tell right away that, oh no, he just asked me a question about these tomatoes?
At some point, you kind of figure out whether person is like trying to get to know you and trying to, build something instead of they just need help with something.
Okay, so you might not know that it's game. You might. Do you just sit there like taking it at face value? Or he's asking me questions, whatever, or right away you thinking like, man, he's trying to get some of this.
No, I'm not going to automatically think that. Like, I'm not that vain. Yeah.
So Dusto, we'll shift it over to Dusto real quick. So Dusto, when you out there, bro, and you make an approach at a woman, does she know that you hollering at her, you gunning at her right away, or do you use a more subtle approach?
Just being honest. I come from Virginia, where the ratio is 2-3 to 1, unless you're on a college campus, because a bunch of military. So I'm used to. I actually calm down. I'm used to just firing at will. But it depends on the scenario. My favorite place used to always be Walmart or grocery stores,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just fire at will.
See, that's crazy.
Sometimes
That's crazy.
I don't get it. Most people are comfortable meeting people through the network that they already know. To me, that's the opposite. I don't like dealing with people that I know through an inner network, because something goes wrong, you got to deal with them again. Or some reason it's just uncomfortable. But a total stranger, fire at will.
So let's pause it right there. Let's pause it right there, because that is definitely a change in trend. Most people would meet their significant other through social groups, either through work, through church, or through like family and friends. Now the number one way people are meeting is online. It's like dating apps. It's, now Tinder. Y'all might not know this, but I'm sorry, not just Tinder, but Instagram. Y'all might not realize this, but Instagram is the number one dating app on planet Earth right now. You know what I mean? So people are meeting in the social world. Say again?
Yeah, I remember you saying on another show, and I've heard it also before. I'm still behind on that. When I was in Houston, or it used to be AOL, then it was I hated Black Planet. What was that one? MySpace.
Ooh, I had some fun on Black Planet.
Black Planet.
Ooh,
MySpace.
My only problem with Black Planet was it was all black people. You know what I'm saying? Like I that's not my dating style or whatever. I mean,
yeah, I just hated the site, but then it became actual dating sites. POF, I think, was the first one. And it used to be some decent girls on POF. I met plenty of nice, decent ones.
mm-hmm.
Aside from go out, the sports bar, the gas station, anywhere, fire at will. Grocery stores on Sundays, oh man, it's better than the club any day. But dating apps.
Well, then you also know who can cook.
Now they're out of control.
Well, no, they can shop. They might. You don't know who's at home cooking. Don't fall for that.
No. But you look in the basket. If it's a whole bunch of stuff that you gotta cook and not microwave.
Yes, but you don't know who is at home cooking said items. Is what I'm saying. Don't fall for that trap. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall for that. Somebody cooking. It might not be the person who's pushing the basket. Is what I'm saying. Sister Candace, I stepped away. Who's on the call? That's beautifully animated. I met this lovely young woman on Black Man Unfiltered. She's like one of the staples over there. Always on the panels. Always got good stuff to say. Always have that laugh going on. You know what I mean? So that's what you missed when you stepped away, sis. But yeah, it's don't fall for that trap. That's all I want to say about that. Like, and I don't normally, I don't really grocery stores.
Fall for what trap?
I'm out here shopping, therefore I know how to cook trap. Nah.
No, I'm just in Target, in somewhere, and I see something I like. I go. But I found that in Houston, you can go to Walmart 1:00. It'd be some pretty lady in there. Mm-hmm. You can go groceries up, come back at 3:00. There's a whole nother batch of people in there.
It used to be the case. It's not even 24 hours no more.
Then you can go to Kroger. Mm-hmm. But it was nonstop on a Sunday. There was always some single woman in there. Doesn't have a man, and pretty. That's right. Beautiful. You from Houston? The East Side. Yeah. It's different. They ain't nothing over there. But West 16, 288, South and West, always some ladies in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen. Here's the thing, man.
Two of my former girlfriends. One I met at in the medical center, Kroger, and one I met at Walmart in the Galleria.
Mm-hmm.
I never hunted in grocery stores. I didn't. Like if I were in a grocery store and I saw, wherever I was, if I saw a woman that was beautiful, I hollered. I don't care where I was. Me be driving down the street. I'll do a U-turn and track her down like the police, pull up next to her, like, what's up, pull over. But grocery stores was not like, that was never my number one hunting spot. Real quick, Primal Studies. Brother Prime was like, most of the time a man approaches a woman he doesn't know, he wants something. I would agree with that. However, there are those of us like me. I might approach a woman. just to stay sharp. Like I don't really want nothing from. I might not even be attracted to it, but it's just me staying sharp, keeping my skills up. I'll strike up a conversation, have a quick little conversation, and keep it moving. Won't ask for a number, won't ask for an Instagram. And 9 out of 10 times when I do that, they'll stop me and give me, hey, you want my number? I'm like, you have Instagram? And I'll take their Instagram. I don't even want phone numbers these days. But what were you going to say, Beautifully Animated?
No, the thing is, when you see somebody you're attracted to, you have to make your move. Like, what are the chances of you running into that person again? Very slim.
Depends on where you live. Depends on where you are.
Yeah, but why take the chance?
Oh, well, again, and this is one of the things that I always tell these young dudes, like if you know, when it comes to, getting to know people being out there, you definitely want to have other options, right? You want to be out there talking to a lot of people so you don't find yourself narrowed in on that kind of thing, because that's the kind of mentality, well, I may not never see her again. For someone like me, it was like, I probably won't. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like I'll be in Miami this weekend. I'm pretty sure I'll be popping in a lot of people just to stay sharp. You probably never see them again. Probably not. But you never know. I've told the story. Go ahead.
I say what I say because like you don't want that to hit you later as a regret. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish, like me hanging on the fact that you didn't make your move. That's what I'm talking about. Like if you're gonna have regrets and stuff like that, just shoot your shot and let what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because then there's closure, and you don't have that weight dragging with you and stuff like that. Like what's done is done,
I see what you're saying. And what were you saying, Dusto?
I agree with Beautiful. A girl I dated, met her in Kroger. She was standing in the line, customer service for some reason. I approached her. She's like, hey, I'm in the middle of the line. Yeah, I want to talk to you anyway. She said no. As I was leaving the store, I see her and we're just walking and talking. I asked her again. She said no. I asked her a third time. Usually I never do that. It ended up becoming, and I gave her my number anyway, and she called. If I'd have just gave up and that never would have happened.
Yeah.
Or sometimes as a girl, I think I'm going to shoot my shot, but I don't know. She might be. Talk myself out of it.
Yeah.
Then I go home. I might be, oh man, I should have. Or so many times I was about to talk myself out of it and go talk to it, and that actually be a somebody.
Yep.
And like if I wouldn't have talked, then I wouldn't know. This would have never happened.
Yeah. And they were talking about the grocery stuff. Miss AKA lady is saying for men, learn how to cook, have at least 3 or 4 solid dishes. I got more than that. And my specialty is breakfast.
Everybody in my family know how to cook.
Yeah. I mean,
Breakfast is it.
Yeah, well, not making those buttermilk pancakes from scratch ain't exactly easy. You got to get your recipe just right, just so French toast and all that too.
I can't do it to save my life. I quit about 15 years ago. I can't. One thing I'm cursed and I can't cook is I can't do it.
I certainly can. I'm gonna catch up with the chat real quick and we're gonna roll into final thoughts. Miss Globe Girl, I think the narrative about women wanting 666, et cetera, is not widespread and may be limited to certain segments of the population. And we talked about that, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, love. But it is a thing. And then Life of Cash was this was at Dusto. Lack of game frame, courage, failure to launch, et cetera. Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. The number one reason, like being afraid and all that. And I think you guys are going back and forth as well. Then, of course, Brother Haryoka was in the house, and I'm glad he's here. And then we got some from you, BAS, Brief Anime Speaks. Participation trophies create failures. They are not the solution. They are the problem. I agree with you 110% on that. Primal Studies, Brother Primal, they don't want to build something. They want to show up at the finished product. I'm not mad at it. Yep. And now shout out to Rich Cooper. Women don't build anymore, man. They wait at the finish line and they smash the winners. I mean, I ain't mad at it either. Why? I mean, I think if you're young and then you want to build with somebody, that makes sense. But after a certain point, it's like, why? It's a big investment of time. Let me get the guy that got his stuff together. Let me try to get this dude. The problem with that is that guy has a lot of options. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I agree with you, Brother Primal. Miss AKA lady. Oh, go ahead, Beautiful Animated.
I kind of blame like movies and cartoons and animes why, we grow up thinking that we want a 6 foot tall man. Like, why does it have to be 6 feet? You know what I'm saying?
I,
Especially the cartoons, because like they're drawn like that. You got this itty bitty female and this break your neck tall dude.
that's how they get down. But I mean, that's that fantasy world. You know, these animators are drawing what they wish they look like, and then they're drawing these petite, beautiful, voluptuous, females. They're like, oh, so delicate and whatever. I've never gotten into
Right.
anime
But
as an adult. You know what I mean? But that's what they're doing.
the problem is people are not separating fantasy from real life, and they want that mess in their real life,
Well,
or
it
they
takes work.
they program themselves to think that that's what they want. Until they meet the right person.
Yeah, real life
What'd you
takes
say
work.
that stuff?
Yeah, no, that was like real life takes work. They
Man,
don't
I
want
was
to do that.
muted. No, you can want what you want. You can want to do 7'3". You can want to do with 10-pack abs. As long as you can go get it, it's cool.
Yep,
That's true.
yep.
But I
It's
mean,
all gravy.
how many people are 6 foot and above? Like, really? You know what I'm saying? That's why. That's
14%.
why I'm talking about.
Yeah, 14% of
Really?
the population. Yes, 14% of the
No, that's what I'm
population.
saying. It's a
And that's
small
all
amount.
people. Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's a small amount. So that's why I say you have these unrealistic viewpoints and stuff like that. And then it's like when you really when you finally get with a 6 foot tall dude, it's not that big of a deal because I mean it's like really like that's why I get the term like break your neck because like it's literally break your neck just to even interact with a person that damn tall and stuff like that. At some point your neck gets tired.
Man, tell the truth, girl. Tell the truth. Y'all gonna be laying down anyway. Y'all gonna be laying down anyway. You don't care. 6 feet, 7 feet don't matter. We gonna be laying down anyway.
Hey, PC, how tall are you? How tall are you, PC?
I'm 5'2".
Itty
Oh, you're
bitty.
short. Oh, okay.
Itty bitty. I knew that. So I'm gonna catch up with the chats and then we're gonna roll in the final thoughts. Miss AKA lady, let me see. I will say that I don't mess with Manospheres folks, but DL is open to hearing opposing sides. It isn't disrespectful, so it's cool over here. I appreciate that, love. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We gotta have the conversations. I mean, point blank, period. Miss Globe Girl, fear is not what holds me back from the panel. I know that, girl. I know you fierce. You need to get over here. And then Miss AKA lady at Miss Globe Girl is like, yo, he opened up negotiations, rack it up. See, I thought you was on my team, Miss AKA. You know y'all about to team up on me. See how they treat me over here? See how I get treated? Fellas, take note, fellas. It's player versus player. Sometimes the ladies like team up like Voltron, and you got to fight them off. Miss Globe Girl.
Oh, go ahead. I gotta ask.
Okay, so Miss Globe Girl says, as long as it's not the gym, they're talking about guys hitting on women wherever. As long as it's not the gym, stare too hard and you come across as a weirdo. Dusto, I agree.
That.
I agree, Miss Globe Girl, 100%. The gym
It's
should be
not
off
just
limits.
that.
It should be off limits, but this is where Dusto and I don't agree. And I know he's waiting to say something on this.
Miss Globe, most women are overweight. I'm solid 193 pounds, low body fat. I ran 4 miles yesterday. I ran sprints today. Then did some lifting. I'd love to find me a woman who would do that with me. Why can't I talk to a woman at the gym? When
Okay.
it's usually so hard to get ones to go in there in the first place. I'm into fitness and why can't they be? Why?
Let me go.
All right, go ahead, sis.
It's not that you can't talk to me at the gym. Just don't do it while I'm working out. Like, can you wait until I can take a break? Can you wait till I'm like not in the movement in the process of working out and stuff like that? Maybe I'm like taking a water break or something. No, I say that because I was so annoyed when I was working out. My earbuds are in while I'm working out. Just like the dudes to be working with their headphones on and stuff like that. I'm zoned out.
Now, PC, you don't get it. The random woman on a treadmill. What I have to say to her, I could be changing that woman's life, zip code, area code, and everything. Whole family, future situation. They can't stop.
Okay, I was on the elliptical. Go.
If they on the elliptical, hit the pause button. Now, I'm not that. I mean, I've done it before. I've been that reckless before. But I try to give him a little space, but I'm trying to change that woman's life. You telling me you can't pause and take 4 minutes, catch your breath, and listen to what I got to say? But just because we in the gym, I give up. That's it. I'm gonna be a victim.
The dude tapped me out of nowhere. I didn't hear nothing. And well, you know what? It wasn't even a regular gym. That's partly the problem. It wasn't a regular gym.
She's talking about the staring and creepy stuff. No, I don't do the staring and creepy stuff.
No, I was at work, and the thing is, I was working at, I was working in law enforcement at the time. So, it's kind of the wrong place to be tapping on somebody who doesn't hear you. You sneaking up on them, and something told me not to swing around.
So here's my take on all that. The gym's a no-fly zone. That's just my personal take on it. I'm in the gym to work out. I'm not trying to holler at nobody. So, ladies, if you see me in the gym, you trying to talk to me, you better come say hi to me. You better come walk up on me. It's a no-fly zone for me. I just don't do it. Now, if I come across a woman, I think this is attractive, right? And I know she comes into the gym. Eventually, I'm going to see what time she normally comes into the gym. If I'm going to catch her, I'm going to catch her in the parking lot. Or I'm going to catch her by the front door of the desk before she starts her workout or after she finishes her workout. If I'm going to do something like that, maybe. But that's just a no-fly. That's a no-fly zone for me.
It's not, but that's what I'm saying, though. It's not that the gym is a no-fly zone. It's timing. It's how you do it and stuff like that, right? I mean, the thing is, if you're constantly going to the gym, like the gym, first of all, it's not like the grocery store. It's the gym, so you can kind of you're most likely to run into that same person. You know what I'm saying? On a more routinely basis and stuff like that than going to the grocery store.
I ain't doing it. It's a personal choice, and I'm not doing it. That's just me. Like I said, we got 3 people on here. Yeah. I don't do it. I'm in the gym to work out. Again, that's ladies. If you know what I mean, you see me and you in the gym, you safe. I ain't saying a word to you. You know what I mean? I'm in there, I'm working out, I'm doing my thing, and I'm leaving. You won't, and Ms. Glow Girl, to your point, you won't catch me looking. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this the awkward stare. You won't. Mm-mm. And normally if I lock eyes with somebody in the gym, with a female in the gym, she's normally smiling at me. I'll smile back, and I keep it moving. I see way too many thirsty dudes in the gym. Way too many. And it's like, nah, it's no. I catch you somewhere else. There's no fly. There's no fly. And then Ms. Globe Girls, one more chat I want to highlight, and then we're gonna roll into final thoughts. She's like, so how does one know that a woman is single because she's in the grocery store alone? Nah, love, it doesn't matter. Like, that's part of hollering at somebody. It doesn't matter if you know they're single or not.
She'll tell you that she's not single.
She'll tell you what she's gonna tell you. She'll tell you what she's gonna tell you. You know what I mean? So that's another reason, like, I'm hesitant in the grocery stores, because it's a lot of unhappy married women or women in long-term relationships in the grocery stores. And, they may or may not tell you that they're in this relationship, and that could be dangerous for you. And that's my take on that.
That's true.
Yeah. So, again, I'm real picky as to where I hunt. Don't get it twisted though. If I see a dime, man, look, I got, you know what? We're going to have at least one story. Everybody get comfortable, y'all. Sit down, please. It's story time. I got a story to tell.
So
right? I'm in LA. Right? So this is me in LA. And I'm at a Whole Foods, and I'm in the Wilshire corridor. Like, I'm in Beverly Hills. I'm in Beverly Hills adjacent, right? I'm at a Whole Foods. And y'all know Whole Foods is, high-end grocery store or whatever. Now, this is when I was going through all my little craziness or whatever. So I had my main job, and I was driving Uber because I had to make all this extra money because I got caught up in the system. So I'm waiting to pick up my daughter. I'm not dressed right. My hair's everything's a mess. I'm in the grocery store, and I see the most beautiful woman the most beautiful woman that I probably, like, top 5 most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life, standing right there, just looking perfect. The way she was dressed, the way hair, everything perfect. I'm like, yo, this woman. So right away, I'm like, I'm gonna have to holler at her. And we in checkout. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna holler at her. So she checks out before me in the lane to my right. And then I'm like trying to check out, and the two girls who were working the register, soon as she walks off, and I got one eye on her seeing which way she go. And I'm like, y'all need to hurry up and get my stuff so I can go holler at this chick. They start talking. Did you recognize who that is? Another girl was like, no, who was that? She's like an actress. That's the girl from the Bratz. And then the other one, and I'm like, the Bratz. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, and then the other girl was like, oh, that's the girl from Dear White People. It was Logan Browning from Dear White People. One of the most beautiful women I've ever laid eyes on. I'm not gonna lie. Her eyes were just gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Body, perfect, everything. I still went out there. I still found her. When I caught up to her, she was in her truck, in her Mercedes SUV. And I walked up with my little cup. I had a little cup of watermelon. I walk up eating the watermelon. I walk up to the car. She rolls the windows down. I think she was gonna give me some money because I did look like a bum. I ain't gonna lie. I think she was gonna give me like $10 or something. You know what I mean? Power to you, brother. You know what I mean? Good luck. But I said whatever I had to say to her because it was the principle. I still had to holler. You know what I mean? I still had to holler. It was the principle. But that was the only time. Exactly. Y'all know how I go. I still need to holler. You know what I mean? I had to. I couldn't let that pass. Holler, 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 holler. I had to.
You the one with the button.
I had to. But here's the thing, that it goes to the point, like if I see a woman that I'm attracted to, I don't care where I am, I'm gonna talk to her. If I saw her in the gym, I would talk to her. Wherever, at church, it didn't matter. I was gonna talk to this woman because I just thought she was just that beautiful. Now I knew I wasn't gonna get far because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Like my gear was messed up, and I got game, but my game is not enough to overcome the way I was looking and what I was doing. It is what it is, but I still hollered. You know what I mean? So I just want to get that story out there. And then Dusto said he's got a story, and then we're gonna go right into final thoughts.
Yeah, I'll make it quick. One day, it was at the Kroger off of 288 in the medical center in Houston. I'm walking in, and actually I was walking out. A lady walking in, and she was looking quite right, and she had a monster with her, about a 4-year-old daughter, I guess. And I'm walking. Yeah, I like kids. I call them monsters. I say hi to her. Little kid looks up. Hi, how are you doing? Hey, what's your name? My name is Scam Likely. My mommy's name is Maria Alexandria Smith.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
My name is Brianna Israel Jenkins. I'm 4 years old. Oh, cool. You're 4? Guess I'll be friendly to the kid when I'm 31. My mommy just 28 years old. Just keep going. Then I'm talking to her, and next thing I can't remember what I said, but it was like she was like, "Look, let me get in this grocery store. Let's exchange numbers." Like, cool. I give you my number. Then I pull out my phone. 4-year-old. My mommy's phone number is 225-436-1738. And I was like, believe it. I'm looking at the 4-year-old. Can you repeat that, please? 225-467-1268. Okay. Yeah.
Where is the mom in this situation, man?
See, mom was like, look, I apologize, but when we get home, we're going to have a talk about talking to strangers. I think it's about that time. It's embarrassing, but you have a night. I don't know. That was interesting.
She couldn't have been too embarrassed because she didn't. Man, that conversation was been over.
I thought it was so funny.
And Dusto called her. Hey, Dusto, how long did it take for you to call her?
I don't remember.
He called her, though.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know somebody's situation. People make mistakes, something, I don't just have some full prejudgment. You never know.
That's crazy. Casual Germs in the house. What's good, fam? Always a pleasure.
Well, it's not your fault. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? It is what it is. So yeah, we can. That's just crazy. That's just crazy.
Just gave it all up.
Hey man, and it's all's fair in love and war, I guess. This is how it works out. You know what I mean? It that's something. So I'm gonna show all the chats, y'all. Thank you so much for rocking.
That 4-year-old could have been real smart. Like, future stepdaddy.
Maybe. And that's a whole nother episode. You know what? And now that we've done this year, I'll probably do an episode when I'll talk about why women are having such a hard time finding good men. You know what I mean? Because we jumped on the dudes. Next episode, y'all, we're gonna do it next week. I'm gonna from my point of view, from a male point of view, why women have such a hard time finding good men. That's gonna be a good episode. I'm gonna do the top 5 reasons.
Okay.
That's gonna be a good one.
Final thoughts. I'll chill in the chat on that episode.
It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one. So beautifully animated. Thanks for coming up, man. What are your final thoughts, love?
Oh man, what can I say? Shoot your shot, shit. Like I said, like you do not want to live your life with the regrets. I don't give a damn what you do. You do not want regrets in your life, that's for sure.
All right. I like that. That was good advice. So why don't you get everybody your Instagram so they can all shoot their shot because they don't want to be regretting not getting a shot at you, girl. And tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh, you just threw me under the bus like that.
I sure did. Bye.
My Instagram is beautifully animated. My serious channel is Beautifully Animated Speaks, which you see right here. And my fun channel is Beautifully Animated. Did I say that right? Serious channel is Beautifully Animated Speaks. Fun channel is Beautifully Animated. Okay.
Hey, there you go. So thank you so much for showing up, girl. It's your first time coming over here. You know you're always welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I'll probably see you over there, Black Man Unfiltered, at some point. I know I will. So we'll talk to you later.
All right. All
right, peace. Brother Dusto, what are your final thoughts?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. According to the statistical analysis dissecular formulas of the manosphere, 22.4 men are dusting, 44% are crusty. And then if you want a 6 feet, burn all that stuff. It just ain't what it is. If you're a dude, get better and go start talking to these women. Just keep getting better. Be a better communicator. Stop being ugly, lose some weight. Just do the stuff. If you're a woman, if you're looking quite slim and trim and you're singing your man ain't loving you right, I can be found. No. If you're looking for me, Dustosphere at IG. The Dustosphere, we run on Thursdays, 30-minute show. It's certified for, it's straight trolling. That's just what we do. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a fire show lined up for next week. Oh yeah, we got some good stuff. Also, Black Men Unfiltered. I'm on his network quite often. DL Saint, thanks for having me. When you get back in town, let's hit the salsa spot. Let's do what it do.
It's on, bro. Thanks for being here. You always a pleasure to have you on the show, man. Thank you so much. And absolutely, we're gonna hit up the joint, man. I'm gonna holler at you later, man. Peace. And that's how it works, y'all. I just want to catch up with the chats real quick. Casual Germ, I lock eyes with people wasting too much time on the bench. Yeah, and the machines, absolutely. That's the only times I really lock eyes at the gym too. Like, yo, how much more time you gonna be over here? Miss AK, hey lady, I don't know. I think a dude is into a woman when she is sweaty and not polished. Then he is really attracted to her. I mean, I love naturally beautiful women. Period. I love naturally beautiful women. That's just how it works out. That's how I do it. I'm with you there. I don't like the upgrades. I don't like the BBLs. I don't like when people put the butterflies on their eyes. I don't like makeup. I don't like none of that. I don't like anything in excess. I think that, just naturally beautiful inside and out. That's what I look for. But you're absolutely right. Miss Globe Girl, if the spirit moves you, go for it. Nothing wrong with telling a woman she's beautiful. It's flattering regardless of the outcome. Absolutely. And that's what, again, we said one of the number one thing dudes have trouble is they're afraid. They're just afraid, man. Fear of hearing no. They're afraid to try. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. Mr. AK, hey lady, she's laughing. He said game couldn't overcome his look. It could not. In that story, y'all, I was busted. I literally looked like a homeless guy. I'm not going to lie. I spent the whole day. It was my day off from air traffic control. And I spent the whole day, like 9 hours that day driving around for Uber in LA. Man, one day I'm going to tell you about those stories. Horrible, horrible. Some good stories, but some really bad stories. I was not ready for that. She looked like an angel. I am not gonna lie. And she was really cool too. That the one thing I took away from that encounter was how cool Logan Browning is. Really cool woman. Like, she actually had the conversation. She talked to me. She wasn't trying to get away. She put the car in park and she stopped. She's like, rolled her window down, talked to me and everything, man. Shout out to you, Logan, wherever you are. Miss AKA lady, okay. So that's where I kind of draw the line. I really don't like when men approach me when I am in mommy mode. Don't get close to my kids. I immediately get defensive, as you should. And Little Shorty and Little Shorty really should get her kids together, because that was all bad. She giving out the phone number. I mean, if the little baby had the address, probably would have gave the address out. That could be dangerous. Yeah, I don't want my kids to be, especially at that age, you don't want your little ones being that cool with strangers. You're not supposed to talk to strangers. So yeah, mom got some work to do. And Miss AK like the quiet storm. Beautiful animated. I was hit on a lot by visitors of my Taekwondo school. That's where I found out guys like girls who look real natural. It don't get more natural than working out. Absolutely. And we got Brother Michael in there. And there was one I wanted to highlight. Brother Mav 4. So many rules to dance around. I'm done. Stupid stuff like this. Hey, bro, you must learn the rules of the game if you want to succeed in the game. You got to learn the rules, bro. There are no cheat codes to this. This is how it is. This is what it is, right? In the military, what do you do to get better? What do you do to accomplish your mission? You train. Same thing goes for this dating pool, man. This sexual marketplace. You have to train. You have to know yourself. You have to know your enemy. You have to know the rules of the game. You have to do the work, period. There are no cheat codes, my friend. None at all. Thank y'all so much for rocking out with me, man. I really appreciate that. You guys are the best. You know what I mean? I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. This was a lot of fun. More fun than I thought it was going to be. I'll definitely be on tomorrow with at least one short. I'm going to try to squeeze in a live maybe if I have time. But this was great. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all know I do. Thank you so much for all the interaction, Miss Globe Girl. Quit playing. You're going to have to get on one of these panels. We got to have you on these panels. It can even be one-on-one. I would love to debate you. Pick the topic, and we can talk about it. You know what I mean? I would love to do that. So it is what it is. Let's see, man, for the military was straightforward and didn't BS around too much. What military were you in, bro? The United States Army, straightforward. Come on now. You need to get to some line units. You want to see some you want to see how messed up it can be. You want to see what the chaos, the fog of war, get into a line unit, bro. You know what I mean? That's what the only thing that sets apart America from the rest of the militaries on the planet is we have soldiers who know how to lead to get the job done. You know what I mean? It's all, bro, snafu, situation normal, all screwed up, right? All effed up. Where do you think that came from, bro? The dating marketplace ain't no different, man. It's the fog of war. I'm telling you. Stay with me, bro. Stay with me, young soldier. We'll get you squared away. I promise. Awesome live. Thank you, beautiful young man. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Brother Michael. You rock as well, young nephew. Miss AKA, I like the show. It's a good show. Thank y'all so much. It's time to go. I had a good time. Y'all know what it is. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.